Can we come in and talk to you for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the house?
No, that's me. This is my house.
Okay.
Number one, and you just can't walk around.
Let me ask you just a couple questions.
Get a supervisor on scene now! No, now! Release her! Get a supervisor! She can stand right there! She's not going anywhere!
Cops are trained to stay in control, but sometimes they push their luck way too far. And when bully cops picked the wrong military veterans, things went bad fast. These officers thought they could intimidate just anyone until they met people who knew exactly how to stand their ground. This story shows what happens when authority tries to overpower experience and loses. Get ready, because it only gets worse from here.
Why would you put me in handcuffs? What?
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
What have I done?
You're going to listen to what I said. You're going to put down the phone. You're calling 911, and I'm standing right here.
But what have I done?
Put down the damn phone.
The story began when the officers arrived at Douglas's home, claiming they had received a call about a possible hurting. Instead of being careful and checking the information, they acted as if they had already had an unquestionable right to enter. When police feel they have a reason, every rule of privacy suddenly stops mattering. And if you think I'm exaggerating, just look at how they behaved.
Hi, Doug.
No.
Douglas, Mr. Slade.
Yes.
How you doing?
All right.
We got a call from, was it the veterans?
I don't know what they call for.
Can we come in and talk to you for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the house?
No, that's me.
So, I'm just gonna make sure nobody else is
No,
in here.
please don't. No. Oh, I asked you no.
All right,
So,
all right, just
I'm about
relax.
to ask you to leave, because this is my house.
Okay.
Number one, and you just can't walk around.
Let me ask you just a couple questions. Okay. The veterans people, they were concerned, okay, regarding a couple things. One was which that you were threatening to commit suicide.
That's not true.
Okay. So what I'm here for is just to make sure you're not going to do something like that. You understand? So if you need our help,
Douglas clearly repeated that he wanted them to leave his home, but the officers kept ignoring him. They claimed they were protecting him, yet every move showed they hadn't come to help but to take control. When they started forcing him to cooperate, it became obvious how fast a wellness check turned into a forced intervention. In their minds, his refusal already looked like a crime.
that's what I'm here for.
I'm okay.
So we're not here to mess with you, bother you, or anything.
Well, you do understand if you just walk in my place and you just automatically start walking around, and I know y'all wear body cams as well. I'm extra unfortunate too. If you just come in my place like that and you just start walking around, you have to have my permission to do that. So I don't appreciate that. You can't violate my rights because you got to call to help.
Okay.
So you're not helping me if you just come in and you automatically start violating.
Well, sir, it was more for like officer safety.
No, it's not officer safety because I didn't even have to let you in.
Right.
So, no, don't say right, because it's about my safety because you're in my domain. And if you're here to help me, you can't say, well, my safety is because I have no weapons.
The situation escalated when they warned him they would handcuff him just because he asked them to leave his home. Instead of listening to the resident and questioning the reason for his call, they chose to increase the pressure. And weren't they supposed to come only to check if he was okay? Now they saw that he was fine, they could have left, right?
Obviously,
We don't know that.
You do know that because I'm asking you to leave. Please leave. I'm asking you to leave.
You don't feel
I know.
like
I'm asking you to leave.
You don't feel like
please
hurting
leave.
yourself?
I'm asking you to leave my residence.
Well, if you answer this question, then
I'm asking you to leave my residence.
I'm about to put you in handcuffs, sir.
If you do that, that's your choice.
Okay, turn around. Put your hands behind.
Why would you put me in handcuffs? What?
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
What have I done?
You're going to listen to what I said. You're going to put down the phone. You're calling 911, and I'm standing right here.
But what have I done?
Put down the damn phone.
Why are you
Turn around
cursing
and
at
put
me?
your hands
Why
behind
are
your
you
back.
using profanity
Put your
at
hands
me?
behind your back.
Why are you using?
Because you know what? You're calling 911. We're standing right in front of
But
you.
I'm asking you to leave my residence.
I'm not leaving your place now. Turn around. Put
You
your hands
said you
behind your
came
back.
here to help
I'm not
me.
doing that now. All right. Put your hands behind your back. You're calling 911 right in front of us.
Because I asked you to leave my residence.
We can't leave.
As soon as he reminded them of their duty and the rules they were breaking, the officers switched to a combative tone. They started claiming they were saving him, even though he clearly said he didn't need their help. But don't worry, when bully cops pick the wrong military veteran, it usually ended badly for him, so let's keep watching.
You know this. Determined. You know this. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No,
If you were law enforcement, then you would understand.
Okay. And this is why African Americans have issues with law
Don't
enforcement.
start that. Don't start that. That's a bunch of
I asked you
nonsense.
to leave, and you use profanity at someone?
That's okay. I could use that.
Oh, really?
if I
For
want,
someone
yes.
who you're concerned about
Yes.
doing something to themselves?
Hey, you know what? When you're not listening to commands, what did you do?
That wasn't a command.
All right.
A command for me to ask you to leave my residency?
You got
Command us to do.
I can ask you to leave if you're not supposed. Why are you here? You were here to help me, and
We are here because somebody wanted us to shut
And I told you I was fine. And then you started exacerbating my condition. Why are you putting your hand up like for me not to speak? You can't help a person if you don't want to listen to what they are saying. If I ask you to leave because you're exacerbating my disability.
He tried to explain he had a disability and that their behavior was making his condition worse, but the officers ignored him completely. Instead of showing even basic empathy, they chose a rigid force. This is what happens when police culture respects neither the law nor simple human decency. And only because their ego was too big, they kept escalating the situation to a level that will shock you.
Which clearly you're aware I'm a person with a disability because you already observed, number one, you see a sign right here that's saying that. Number two,
How do I know what that is?
Yeah. What is that?
oh, well, how do you, what do
How do you know I don't have one?
You could, but guess what? If you had one and you came in my residency and I
So
came,
you're
hold on
the
one second.
victim here, right? You're the victim here, right?
Well, you guys are victimizing me. And now I'm in cuffs.
Well, you're in cuffs now because of the way you're acting.
Why? I asked
Who
you
else
not
is
to
here?
touch my plate.
Don't-
Why are you grabbing me? I'm not doing anything.
Relax. Relax.
But I asked you not to look
Relax.
my plate.
You know what? You can call up whoever you talk to and tell them, explain to them
Sir, would you please
why
not
we're
step
here.
on my rug, please? That's a very expensive rug.
Who says I want to step on your rug?
Why are you acting like
These your shoes?
See, yes, they are.
Okay, good. You can put them on. You have ID with you?
I do, but I need to get it.
It became clear the officers were determined to paint him as the problem, even though they were the ones forcing the pressure on him. They claimed he was not cooperating, even though he was only protecting his own home. That was the classic pattern: create a false story to justify every move that followed. And remind you, all of this happened simply because he was perfectly fine when they came to check on him.
I can't get it.
Where's your ID?
Would you please remove your hands off of me?
No, I will not.
I'm not resisting.
No, I will not. No, I will not. And I recommend you don't resist. So put your shoes
Why
on.
would I resist so y'all can
Go ahead,
put my
put your
ass?
shoes on.
Because that's what y'all want to do anyhow.
What's your problem?
You?
You know what? We came here because you called for help.
I didn't call you. I didn't call you.
Who'd you call?
I did not call
Who
you.
did you call?
I didn't call
Who
you.
do you think they're gonna call?
I don't know. Obviously, I wouldn't want them to call you all.
Well, they did.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
and now you're in our custody because you're under a mental evaluation.
That's fine. Okay. I'm glad, and the body cams are working too.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Where's your ID?
Do you want your ID?
I can't get it because then I'm not going to allow you to go through my things here either.
Okay. So you don't own any weapons.
I already showed you that I had no weapons.
I don't know
told
that.
you that.
Belittling became the officer's main weapon. They told him he was the one who escalated, even though all he did was insist on his legal boundaries. This kind of shifting the blame mattered to understand. Police often manipulate language to protect themselves. Has this ever happened to you? Tell us in the comments.
I don't know that.
Okay, you don't know anything.
Because I could go looking for anywhere that you might have a weapon if you're going on a 5150 hold.
I shouldn't be on a 5150 hold.
Why don't you?
That's an abuse of authority to put someone on a 5150 hold who has shown no
Are
signs
these
of
your
harming
keys?
themselves.
Are these your keys to your apartment, sir?
They are.
Okay. And I don't believe you are law enforcement the way you're acting.
I can't believe you're law enforcement either. But you are.
Yeah,
Which
I
you
am.
see it all too often in terms of how law enforcement act.
Act towards who?
Hey, could you go let Aaron know that I'm being unlawfully detained?
Don't worry about
Could you do that for me? Aaron,
I don't know.
the leasing, the manager here. Could you let him know? Could you let him know? Aaron,
Yeah, you can make
go
your
tell
phone.
Donna for me. Will you go tell Donna for me?
Douglas tried to explain that he needed reasonable accommodations because of his pain and disability, but the officers kept ignoring him. Their tone was dismissive, as if his disability didn't matter at all. This was a clear violation of their duty toward people with disabilities, or honestly, toward any human being. Did they really think that having a badge meant they could act like tyrants?
That right here.
John, go tell Aaron that I'm being unlawfully detained. Aaron. Yes, for no reason. For no reason whatsoever.
You called us.
I did not call you.
called us.
Oh, I called you, so you.
Yeah.
Why are you using the arm bar on me? I'm turning around. What are you? Oh, I gotta face this way now? Why is that?
Before you're acting.
What you mean, how am I acting? I hope this is gonna be worth it to you. I hope it's gonna be worth it. Yeah, it is for me to say. I'm a citizen. Unfortunately, you all never did.
I don't disagree with that.
The officer forced him to move despite the pain, claiming he was to blame for being in handcuffs. It sounded like they enjoyed blaming the man for the consequences of their own force. This wasn't just an abuse of authority. It showed how power was used to silence anyone who disagreed. So think about who we give our tax money to for protection.
Don't pull me.
What you mean don't pull you? I'm walking. I'm walking. What you mean don't pull you?
You think I'm just here for the fun of it?
Yeah, apparently you decided to escalate the
Do you
matter.
think-
So yes.
do you think I'm
Yes,
making fun of
I
it?
do. Yes, I do. You escalated the matter. You escalated the matter.
You will be sitting down in this car, okay?
Why wouldn't I not sit down in the
Good,
car?
thank you, sir. The worst thing you can do is make a 911 call right in front of us.
I can do what I want to if you're violating my rights. Don't tell me. Oh, so that's retaliation then. I can call wherever I want to. I have not violated any laws. Raising your voice against somebody. Why are you raising your voice?
You won't let me get a word in edgewise.
Because I'm fucking hard.
Get up. Get out.
You can speak to me in a different tone as well. You don't need to scream. And don't say that I am, because you claim you're supposed to be helping me. It's the right.
These cuffs are just
it's the
fine.
right.
Douglas kept repeating that he needed urgent medical help, but the officers pretended they didn't understand. Instead of calling medical staff right away, they started questioning him as if it was their job to decide how real his pain was. Oh, great. Now they're about to involve medical workers, even though they couldn't even handle their own duties.
And it's not that it's loose, it's a positioning on my arm.
What are you talking about?
I have a, okay, you're aware
What are you
that I'm a
talking about?
disabled veteran,
Are you
right?
sure? Yeah, well,
Okay,
that's what
I
you're
have
saying.
cervical radiculopathy.
You see, there's plenty of room there.
No, it's not about the room, it's the positioning on my arm.
Well, how do you want your arms?
I need this cuff to be removed so from the front.
You know what? The cuffs wouldn't be on you if you weren't acting the way you are.
whatever. Acting by exercising my constitutional
Okay, have a
rights.
seat.
I
I just checked your cuffs. Get
Okay,
in.
it's not the cuffs, it's the positioning on my arms. I requested the accommodation.
That's how the LAPD does our
No, you can
handcuffs.
also
Have
make
a seat.
so that's the purpose of asking for a reasonable accommodation.
And that was the reasonable
No, the
accommodation.
reasonable accommodation is to reposition my arm because it's exacerbating my
Reposition
condition.
it how?
I need it in the front because it's exacerbating.
That's not how we do. That's not how we do our handcuffs.
Well, the thing about asking for a reasonable accommodation is a policy exception.
No, we don't have a policy exception
Yes,
for
you
that.
do. Everyone
No.
complies by
You can
ADA.
have a
Okay,
separate.
that's fine.
Even when he clearly said he wanted an ambulance, the officers insisted on their own procedures. They claimed he was the problem because he wasn't answering questions, as if a person was obligated to cooperate with people who are actively violating his rights. When you refuse to be obedient, they turn that into a diagnosis. They always twist the situation to fit what works with them.
No, police do not. Police do not.
As soon as I'm out of everything, it's got to be on everything. Look,
That's fine, sir.
yeah, you think I'm lying. And I'm suing. Why?
Okay.
You can laugh. I'm glad you find it funny.
No, sir, we got your date of birth. Maybe we can do that because.
Are you gonna help me with the handcuffs?
No, look. I'm gonna ask you something. Okay?
approximately
I want to talk to you
30
for a second.
My arm is exacerbated.
Douglas.
I don't want to talk to you.
Because that's what we
I
do.
don't want you to be in
I
handcuffs
need
any longer
medical
than you have to
attention.
be.
I need medical attention. I need medical. Could you take me to get medical attention?
Yes, you will get medical attention.
I need it immediately.
Douglas explained his disability and the pain in his neck, but the officers refused to take it seriously. For them, every request for help was making things harder because admitting someone else's pain meant admitting their own mistake. This was a deeply rooted practice. Instead of recognizing a disability, they held on to force so they could keep control over both the narrative and the person. And somehow they still weren't done.
Okay.
I've I've asked for a reasonable accommodation for the last 15 minutes.
Douglas, you requested a supervisor. I called one.
No, but now he's taking them to. I need medical. I requested an accommodation as well. I'm the ADA and the California Disability Person. You guys are refusing to do that.
Douglas,
Why you put your hand up like
if you don't need medical assistance,
I said I need medical attention. I don't know why you would say something different than what I just said. I need medical attention.
do you take any medication?
I'm not answering that question. I need medical attention immediately.
Okay, what's your birthday?
I'm not answering that question either.
They're gonna need this information.
I'm already detained. What you mean they're gonna need it? You already got me in cuffs now? Shit, they're gonna find it out anyhow. I'm not answering any of your questions.
You don't want to answer any questions.
I don't have to.
Douglas, so you would like me to call you an ambulance?
I need medical attention.
You would like me to call you an ambulance?
When he asked for medical help, the officers finally decided to call an ambulance, but only after exhausting him with enough verbal and physical pressure. Instead of reacting quickly, they used delay as a tactical tool. And tell me, who would have been blamed if it had been too late? In their minds, probably the man himself, for some reason. It was always someone else, never them.
You guys use. I need medical.
Okay, can you tell me the?
We'll call an
I
ambulance.
said it many times.
We'll
Once I
call you an ambulance. Is that what you want?
Once I requested a reasonable accommodation, it was 15
Well, no,
minutes ago.
you got to say what you need.
No,
know what
I
you need.
requested a reasonable accommodation. You didn't grant it. As a result of that, it exacerbated. I need medical
I
attention.
do not put your hands up in front. That's not going to happen.
Excuse me?
Your hands are not going to be placed in front of you.
Okay.
That's not how we do things.
Well, the whole purpose of a reasonable accommodation is to
We
make a
don't do it
policy
like that.
exception.
No,
You're not even a superior officer. You don't.
Douglas,
we don't do it like
What do
that.
you need the
I need
ambulance
medical
for?
attention.
For?
My exacerbation of disability, cervical radiculopathy, C5 and C6.
Okay.
Due to the handcuffs
Okay.
and the abusive touching that you did as
Okay.
well on the elevator.
Okay.
The officer said they weren't there to argue with him, but really, why were they there if not to argue? To arrest him? Some things made sense only in their minds, yet they acted like we had already seen everything on their own body cam footage. Someone really needed to tell them that just because they said something out loud didn't automatically make it true.
You're here because you're requesting all these services.
You're not giving it. That's the problem. Why am I still
I'm calling you an ambulance.
Why was I handcuffed in the first place? Because I called 911.
1X45. Can I get an RA RA 255 for male, approximately 30?
You're in custody because you're under a mental evaluation.
Complaining of pain to his neck.
You don't have authority to put someone.
When the VA calls us, yes, we do.
You said because I called
Yes, we do.
911. You said because I called 911.
No, it is not
You said because I called
that.
911.
You don't get to do that. That is against the law. You don't get to do that.
It's on video.
You don't get to do that.
No, you doing it.
Who are you going to call? The police on the police?
I guess.
No, that's not going to happen.
Investigate the police. What you mean?
Douglas tried to warn them to document everything they were doing, but the officers kept acting like every option was allowed to them. And he mentioned their supervisors. They instantly minimized the seriousness of the requests. Honestly, it was hard to understand how people like that even got hired as police officers in the first place. Their attitude showed they believed accountability was optional, and the way they proved that next was unbelievable.
Not going to happen, sir.
Who has the investigation of the complaint?
You're more than happy to speak to a supervisor about what we did here today.
Nah, it's got to be more than
You're more than happy to speak to a supervisor. That's fine.
It's got to be more than
That's fine.
I hope it is fine.
It's not a problem,
You
sir.
know all these tattoos on the hot I really could use some help.
Douglas, will you listen to me for a second?
I have been listening.
Okay.
You haven't been listening to
I'm not here to fight you, argue with
You already have.
Listen, will you just hear me out for a second?
No, I don't need to hear you. You got me in fucking
Hear me for a second.
I don't need to. You don't need to talk to me. I asked for accommodation. You can't help. Don't try to, deviate from what y'all did out there.
It's okay. You can say whatever you like.
I know I can.
When the supervisor arrived, the officers immediately began exaggerating Douglas's behavior, trying to justify everything that they had done. Typical. When someone higher shows up, the truth no longer matters, only the version that protects their uniforms. And now, based on everything they told their supervisor, you'll hear how hard they tried to paint themselves as innocent while turning Douglas into the aggressor.
I'm rolling here.
Okay, so got a call from the VA. Apparently, this guy threatened to commit suicide over the phone. Then I hung up the phone, so it generated a call with the VA called us. Get out here. We get up to the apartment. He's in there. He opens the door for us. He actually lets us in. After a few minutes, start just checking, make sure nobody else is in there. We handcuff him because he immediately gets irate. Starts calling 911 on his phone because now he's asking us to leave, but it's like at that point I'm already there, so put him in handcuffs. I'm not able to get a hold of the lady from the VA. Whoever called it in, I have to try to find her extension somehow. But he's just been completely irate the whole time. He's in handcuffs. He wants his handcuffs in the front. I told him he cannot do that. I made sure his handcuffs were loose enough. They weren't restricting any type of issue with his hands or anything like that. But like I said, he's completely 415. He wants a supervisor. Called him an RA. He said he's got pre-existing injuries from the military. Won't answer any of our questions.
The officers explained that Douglas was being difficult because he asked to adjust the handcuffs and needed medical help. Wow, as if he was spoiled for requesting something so basic. They acted like he expected some kind of princess treatment, when in reality all he asked for was the bare minimum. Their attitude showed how easily they twisted normal human needs into accusations.
This won't work with us in the slightest, but that's where we're at. Well, to us, at this point, he won't answer any of our questions to do anything. But and then after we got him in handcuffs and anything, I started making the phone calls. MEU says, oh yeah, okay, we'll have a team at the station for you to meet us there. But as far as me verifying what he said with the VA, I can't do that.
Well, maybe you should meet them. You can do that. But
Yeah.
You get checked up by the RA.
Yeah, right.
We'll do that in a minute. MEU's not meeting us.
Yeah, MEU's going to meet us there at the station. Okay, all right.
So what display?
You didn't let us finish our investigation.
What you mean? That's no reason to put someone.
Yes, it is.
Why? Because you was violating my rights.
We're not violating any rights.
How can you say that?
We did not conduct our investigation
What was your investigation?
to see if you needed
And
to
I
be
indicated
placed.
that I was good.
Okay. You didn't let us finish our investigation.
Whatever.
Okay. All right.
The same.
Okay. If that's how you like to see it. All right, Douglas, this is our supervisor.
How you doing, sir?
The officer coldly decided that Douglas had to go to the hospital even though he had no longer wanted medical transport. Really, Sherlock? It wasn't like Douglas had been asking for that for the past 30 minutes. But sure, police had to make the final call so they could feel like they were the ones in control. Well, maybe that made them feel better about themselves.
This guy's been very difficult with us. He's in custody for 5150 evaluation. The thing is, he has prior injuries to his back. I guess the C-spine issue or something from previous injury in the military or something like that.
Okay.
And he requested an ambulance. So here we are. But it's, I know there's nothing you can really.
So he's ambulatory on scene, walking, talking,
Oh, yeah.
awake and alert.
Yeah.
And we're going to the hospital because
You know what? If he says he doesn't want to go, does he still have to go?
I'm asking.
in custody.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna. So we're here because he says he doesn't want to go by squad car. He wants to go by name.
No. Why you're here is I was going to take him to the station to get.
They decided to place him on a gurney and hand him over to the hospital. They weren't checking his real medical needs. Their only goal was to remove responsibility from themselves. Douglas later filed a $10 million lawsuit for unlawful detention, excessive force, and violation of his rights. The judge denied the officer's request for immunity, clearly stating their actions weren't justified. But knowing Douglas, it still wasn't over. And now it leads us to our next case where officers arrested a veteran's 12-year-old daughter. Speaking of times when bully cops picked the wrong military veteran and it ended badly for him, Let's talk about the officers who approached a father, a veteran, right in the middle of the park and claimed there had been supposedly a physical fight. Of course, they couldn't support that with anything except someone's call. I loved how officers instantly act like they have already solved the case.
I am Officer Willis from the Austin Police Department. We got called about a physical disturbance. We had people that witnessed y'all being physical with one another.
No,
Never happened.
no.
Is there any reason why someone would believe that y'all being physical with one another?
Not that I can think of.
What's your name, sir?
What crime am I suspected of?
Excuse me.
Texas Penal Code 3802. What crime am I suspected of?
I'm not necessarily sure what you're asking me. I explained to you why we're here. We got a call about a physical disturbance involving you.
As soon as the man asked, "What crime did I commit?" the female officer acted like she had heard an impossible math equation. Because, police never like it when someone actually knows their rights. The more you spoke, the more they pretended they didn't understand English. Funny how the law always changed depending on how fast they wanted to shut you down.
No. There's no physical disturbance between us.
I'm just letting you know that's why we were called here.
Yes.
What is your name and date of birth?
What am I being arrested for?
Not arrested. You're just detained right now due to the call that we're here.
This is not a traffic stop. So, what am I being...
For service.
We didn't call you for service.
Someone else called about a physical
I don't...
between us.
Was it an anonymous call or who was the witness?
No. Okay, so
What is your reasonable articulable suspicion?
arrested. Again, we got...
Texas Penal Code 38.02.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure why you keep repeating that. I'm explaining to you we are here...
Because it's a state law regarding ID.
Okay.
So I should not have to, that don't matter.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the disturbance or not?
I told you there was no disturbance.
Okay. So I have to write a report. I need your name.
No, you don't.
Here. For a lawful reason.
That don't mean jack diddly poop.
Maybe to you it doesn't.
Under the law, it doesn't, ma'am.
Are you a lawyer? Are you going to school for law?
I've had plenty of experience. I'm 49 years old, just turned 49.
So you realize...
I'm a United States Navy veteran.
When he explained that nowhere did it say he had to give his information without reasonable suspicion, the officer turned passive-aggressive. Typical. Once their arguments fell apart, they ran back to the excuse of, "I need it for the report." Of course she did, because there was no crime. She at least needed a paper that looked like one. In the end, they acted like he was interfering simply because he knew the law better than they did.
Your children?
Yes, we have a 12-year-old daughter. Almost 13.
Again, we were called here lawfully. We're on here for a call for service. But
Call for service means nothing.
He wants to see her, so Tom Hugger, Ruby, and bring her some.
Whatever.
Thing I can think of is way you and Ursula got into it out here, because I wasn't even a goal now. Ursula.
When they saw they couldn't boost their ego with a man who clearly knew the law better than they did, they shifted their focus to the minor, his 12-year-old daughter. Can you believe that? But wait, if you think this was the moment they went too far, just hold on, you're about to see the most ridiculous part.
Hey, right, yeah. We need to walk to the back.
She's 12 years old and she doesn't have to be questioned without the accompaniment of the parent.
There are some...
She can have her mom go back with her.
That's fine.
If that's what she chooses. But if she does not choose to go back there with you, by law, she does not have to.
So we have the authority when people are being detained to put them where we want them for the safety of for the security of our investigation.
And what reasonable, articulable suspicion that you have that your safety is
Say safety as
and-
the security of the investigation.
and you're talking kind of referring to Pennsylvania v. Mims, which refers to traffic stops, which is
Referring to the security of an investigation.
what about her personal security? You're a male.
That's fine. Everything's on camera. It's fine.
That don't mean squat. Cops violate all the time on camera. Whoa! Whoa! Hughes, back off!
Stop! Touch me!
Why are you arrested? What the hell are you doing?
He just wants to talk to her.
That don't... Willis?
Yes, sir.
That is considered assault.
When the father said the girl was a minor and couldn't leave without a parent, the officer reacted as if he had been personally insulted. And of course, when police know they were losing an argument, they shifted focus straight to force. So when the officer ran toward the child and put his hands on her, everything became clear. Abusing power was always their first reflex.
And battery, unwanted touching. And she is a minor.
No! No!
Ursula, unclench your fists.
Tell you what if we go to the picnic table where you can still see her?
She doesn't want to leave the accompaniment of a parent. And you do not have the legal right to question a minor without the parents or a legal representative present.
Wants to come out?
Where's her lawyer? She has an attorney.
Need a lawyer.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit.
Trying to make everything
It's called...
security.
Oh, so you don't believe in the Constitution. Did you not swear an oath to the Constitution? She has a Fifth Amendment right.
When the girl refused to go with the officer, which was both her legal and moral right, they simply put her in handcuffs. A 12-year-old child. The worst part was that there was no crime here at all. The only issue was that a child didn't want to be taken by a grown man. And of course, the police acted like they couldn't understand why that was a problem.
Right.
And a Sixth Amendment right. What? Right? What, you say rights don't matter?
Not what I said. That she has a right, not a requirement. Those are two different things.
Right means it is a requirement, as in you cannot take it away.
Okay. All right. So let's go walk over that picture.
She has the right to refuse, Officer Hughes.
Just now.
What is she being arrested for? Bullshit, that's an unlawful detainment. What the hell are you doing to a 12-year-old? What the hell are you doing to a 12-year-old? Seriously, she's 12. She's a minor. You are violating her rights. Get a supervisor on scene now. No, now. Release her. Get a supervisor. She can stand right there. She's not going anywhere.
You're the one that's already me. Why you watching me?
It's unlawful detainment. Unlawful detainment. What is your reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime?
The father was completely justified in losing his temper and demanding a supervisor, but the police kept acting like his child was some kind of criminal mastermind. They told him she wasn't in trouble, even though she was in handcuffs. The classic police logic. We're helping you. That's why we tied up your daughter. I can only imagine how they behave when they're not helping.
What crime? What crime? Peggy? What? Oh, 911 request a supervisor. Call your attorney now.
Why?
They just put her in handcuffs. For refusing to walk with them. Hughes put his hands on her. The male cop put his hands on her.
When he asked why they arrested her, the officer said she wasn't arrested, just detained. Sure, you think the difference between an arrest and an unlawful detention would be huge, but not for them. For them, everything was temporary, as long as it didn't look bad on paper. They twisted every word to protect themselves, even when it made no sense at all.
Two supervisors on their way, okay? Your daughter's not in any trouble. We just have to
So why the hell did he put his hands on her?
conduct our investigation. She wasn't being cooperative. We have to separate you.
That don't mean shit. We have the right to not be cooperative. It's called the right to remain silent. Do you know how many freaking oaths y'all are violating? How many constitutional rights? I thought Austin trained better than this. You're even violating the Eye Care Act, your policies. Yes, you are, Officer Willis.
Again, we have a supervisor coming that can speak to you, okay? And elaborate further.
No, I want. I'm going to stay with the officer. I want female officer.
Okay.
When the father explained he had the right to protect his child from unlawful force, the officer acted like he was standing on some moral high ground. And of course, here came the most irritating part. The officers who broke the law were the first to pretend they were being provoked. If this didn't make your blood boil, I don't know what would.
From unlawful hands from another man.
Okay.
You understand that, Hughes?
Yes, I do.
Have every right to self-defense and self-defense of a third party, such as my child. And you went hands-on.
Yes, I did.
You escalated.
Hi.
Did you take escalation training, or did Officer Golden teach you how to be a cop?
I don't know an Officer Golden. There are lots of different courses. I'm trying to explain exactly what we needed from her and from you.
And we have the right not to talk to you. And you
Didn't need. I wasn't asking for communication at that point.
Oh, you were just so unlawful detainment and unlawful arrest.
The officers started explaining they were actually right, because they were supposedly doing a separation procedure for the safety of the investigation. And that always made me laugh, because when the police have no legal basis, they instantly invented a new term, safety of the investigation. Beautiful, as if that existed in the law. They truly believed that if they said something with enough confidence, everyone would forget it wasn't a real legal concept.
We have a reliable witness, not an anonymous one.
Oh yeah, oh, let me guess, she works for CPI, which means they're stalking us. In violation of the court order. CPI, Department of Children and Family Services.
I don't think that was our caller, but I don't know. Maybe.
Well, maybe you should verify who it is that called.
I know it was verified before we got here.
And maybe you should find out exactly what the hell they supposedly allege we did. Do a investigation.
We're in the middle of doing it.
No. Harassing people is not investigating. Putting your hands on my daughter is not investigating.
Well, I tried to explain the security of our investigation. I needed her to be separated.
Security of an investigation. What the hell law is that?
Law is that?
Yeah, what law says you have a security to an investigation? Where's your warrant?
Need a warrant to.
In order to be able to detain and secure, as you say, you need a warrant.
I need a warrant to detain someone?
To arrest?
When he asked them, what law allows you to give a detention to the safety of an investigation, the officer started falling apart. He couldn't explain anything, not the basis, not the rule, not the reason, because none of that existed. If you ever wanted a clear definition of abusing authority, this was the moment. They were just trying to justify what was obviously unlawful.
Or upon probable cause of a crime, not, security of an investigation. That is not a crime. What law is that? What crime does it become? Is that a felony? Is that a misdemeanor? Is that a traffic infraction? What is it, Officer Hughes?
I'm sorry, I've got other people talking to me at the same time, so it's difficult for me to answer. But we don't have a traffic infraction.
Obviously.
For required identification or whatever you were mentioning with that earlier. You're right, you're not required to ID. So I don't know what.
How long have y'all been on the force? Less than 6 months? Y'all are both behaving like you're fresh out of the academy.
So I've been here with APD for almost 2 years now, with a total of 7 years in law enforcement.
Oh, woohoo. Yeah, it's because you're improperly trained somewhere else. Why'd you leave your other department?
Because I got a better job here.
When the father asked why they had gone after a 12-year-old girl, the officer answered with the line, "It wasn't a good day when we had to put our hands on someone." Sure, as if this were a weather issue. What really happened was simple. The girl had the right to refuse to go with a stranger. The officer took it personally, and his ego did the rest.
There's no disciplinary actions if that's what you're trying to get at.
Were there any possibly pending? Did you leave in lieu of an investigation? Because the way you just put your hands on a 12-year-old female child, Officer Hughes, do you feel proud of yourself putting your hands on a 12-year-old female child like that? Just because she did not want to go off with you alone?
So it's never a good day when we have to put hands on people. I tried to give you...
Oh, so you think it's okay to put it on my daughter? Put your hands on my daughter?
Okay, in what sense?
Well, obviously you have a complex, sir.
I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
That you think that you guys can put your hands on a female child, and you knew ahead of time she was a child, a minor. You didn't even give the opportunity to ask the mother if she would go as a witness. You immediately put your hands on her before she even had a chance to ask her mother.
When the father asked for a supervisor, the officer said a corporal was coming first, as if that would magically fix everything. It's the classic game: drag out time, shift responsibility, and try to reduce the whole situation to a simple misunderstanding. Except here, there's no misunderstanding at all. Everything was intentional and calculated. But wait, there's more to this story.
My corporal is 2 minutes away.
Corporal, I want a sergeant or better.
Sergeant is also on the way. Corporal is our first line supervisor, and she's going to be first on scene, but our sergeant is also on the way.
And who's your corporal on duty tonight?
Corporal Padro.
Say again, I'm a little far away.
Corporal Padro. P-A-D-R-O.
Thank you. And who's the sergeant on duty?
Tronco.
All this because somebody called you with no specific details of anything.
Me.
Got an 18 USC 1983 lawsuit. Violation of rights under color of law. Because there is no law, you colored so outside the lines, it's not funny.
All right.
What crime did you suspect my daughter of that you had to lay your hands on her?
When the supervisor finally arrived, the father explained that Officer Hughes had chased a 12-year-old girl to drag her somewhere else, and he did it without any reason at all. The supervisor tried to keep a neutral tone, but of course, the moment you look at her posture, it's obvious where this was going.
That's our corporal right there.
Officer Hughes, a male officer, escalated on a 12-year-old minor because she refused to walk off with him alone. Officer Hughes here thinks it's okay to take women around out of sight, especially 12-year-old female children. That is totally pedo-creepo. My daughter felt as such and refused to go with him.
Okay.
So what does he do? He puts his hands on her and handcuffs her for no crime.
Okay. Did he request that she move?
She wanted to have a parent present during any and all questioning,
Okay.
which she has the right to do. A right.
So,
Texas constitutional rights, parental rights, they are allowed here in the state of Texas. Officer Hughes seems to think that it don't matter if someone's 12 or 82 or 102, rights don't matter.
While talking to the corporal, the father calmly explained the girl only wanted her mother present, which was her legal right. Yet the officer still managed to invent an excuse after excuse as if none of this was their fault. And it makes you wonder, these officers have children, and how would they react if someone did the same thing to their own kid, or worse, their little girl?
okay. So we do have cameras, and there are recording the whole time. So I understand that you said you did not feel comfortable with him alone with her.
No, she didn't.
She didn't?
I didn't say a word. I let her speak for herself.
Okay, I believe...
My wife let her speak for herself.
Okay, I believe the remark you said was pedo-creepo. So at no point...
In case this goes on to YouTube,
Okay.
I'm being careful of the language I am using.
Okay, well, these are not allowed to be turned off. So this record...
It doesn't matter. Cops every day commit crimes on their body cams, and it takes an act of Congress to hold them accountable.
Okay, so your complaint is that he put her in handcuffs.
My complaint is that he put hands on her to begin with,
Okay.
without a crime.
Okay. Was he giving her a lawful order to do so?
No, he was not.
Officer Hughes, were you giving her an order to investigate a criminal offense?
Yes. I was trying to separate her for the security of the investigation.
What law is that?
Disobey.
An order? No. The law to separate for security. A minor has the right to be questioned in front of a parent or legal guardian or their attorney.
They told him she might not be involved in a crime, but they still had to keep her. And that made it clear the police had completely lost it. It was like admitting they had no basis while pretending it didn't matter. You see how far they had gone? Unbelievable. And sadly, we're near the end. These officers were about to show us what it truly meant to be the wrong kind of person with power.
Are going to detain everybody involved until, like you said, we are able to talk to and speak to the person.
Oh, so you just think it's okay to unlawfully detain and arrest children?
I don't believe
without a crime. What law then? What law says you can separate like that?
Right now we're not enforcing a criminal offense because we're still investigating.
Okay.
I understand and respect the fact that you don't...
So therefore, AKA suspicion. A suspicion, a misdemeanor, a felony, the traffic violation, then you don't have anything to put handcuffs on anyone.
We do have a detention.
What probable cause? What reasonable or takeable suspicion of a crime to arrest her? She is currently under arrest over there.
You do not want me to speak, that's fine.
I want the sergeant.
Okay, then she can go ahead. That's not the sergeant. Our sergeant is coming. If you want to speak to her, that's fine. But as of right now, everybody's going to sit.
I'm tired of being harassed.
The father explained this was basically swatting. The police rushed to defend themselves. But let's be honest, what else could it be if not a fake threat designed to send officers into the homes of innocent people? This was the perfect example of how institutions can become weapons in the hands of malicious callers while police play along without asking a single question. And the children always are first to pay the price.
And that's what happened with the so-called caller. It was a harassment.
Okay, so we don't know that. I've never met you. I don't think Mr. Hughes has ever met you. We don't even know the caller because we haven't even gotten to that point yet. But if
you should know the caller before you come out.
Actually, we go to the immediate...
Okay. Okay, so Austin PD believes in swatting people, basically.
No.
That's what you're doing. This is technically what you're doing, is swatting us.
Swatting means that people are using us to do that to other people.
Exactly.
That's not us doing it.
What?
We are going to respond to a disturbance.
So you believe that it's okay for people to be swatted?
No, I don't. And
Unlawful. Well, then what are you doing? Then what are they doing? Showing up, putting handcuffs on my daughter, putting hands on my daughter with no lawful reason. Just because she didn't want to go off with a male officer.
The father asked for the sergeant so he could file a complaint against Hughes, and honestly, who could blame him? He described the officer as acting roid raging, which was the nicest possible way he could say. The man exploded for no reason. And the worst part, he knew the child was a minor. He knew she wanted a parent present. He still chose to prove his authority on a 12-year-old. Bravo, officer. Excellent work.
So at this point, is it just the sergeant that you want to speak with?
Yeah, because I want to file a complaint on Hughes.
Well, perfect. You can talk to Sergeant Trunker, okay?
Because that is totally, I'd hate to be his girlfriend or wife or whatever, or significant other, because that is totally roid raging. That is totally aggressiveness, escalation that was uncalled for. Literally, I sat there and said 3 times, she's a minor, before he put his hands on her the first time.
Okay.
So he already knew she was a minor and that she wanted a parent present. Which was obvious. She was even saying so. She didn't want to move from near where her parent was present, because I was sitting in my scooter right there.
Where is
my wife is inside the RV.
Okay, is she okay?
Because, yeah, we have a dog that likes to bark. She's not aggressive, but she's a brindle in color Tennessee Treeing Walker.
Okay.
Tennessee Treeing brindle, which is sometimes mistaken for pit bulls because of the brindle coloring. And with officers like Hughes, who are such a coward, my wife is afraid that people like him might shoot our dog.
Okay, so she's in there with.
Even though she likes to bark.
The officers asked questions as if they were hearing for the first time that someone could be the victim of false reporting, but the family explained that those were the same people that had been harassing them for months. Then the officers wondered why the man didn't want to talk to him. Ironically, the only people who actually needed help were the ones they were arresting.
Okay, so have you encountered this before? People calling police on you?
Yes.
Okay. Is it the same thing, causing a disturbance? Is that what they say?
Oh, last time my wife yelled help because she requested help because of a bag split, and she came back from Family Dollar. You know how they made the bags cheaper these days?
Yes.
And she had it overloaded. It was laundry day. She came back, the bag ripped. She yelled help. Somebody called the cops on us back in December, and we've had CPS up our ass ever since.
Okay.
Because Officer Giglio showed up and filed a false report.
Okay. So is that why the hesitation to talk to us today was?
Our rights are our rights to begin with.
Of course.
And my daughter, because of that shit and all the drama with that, because my wife, I have disabilities. My wife has disabilities. My wife has cancer. She's dying. She's on me and her are both on borrowed time to begin with.
Sorry to hear that.
Okay. My wife was supposed to have been dead before our daughter was even born. Okay. Heck, or at least in a wheelchair. She's up and walking and everything else now. But she's been having a lot of trouble lately because the stress has been causing her tumors to spread.
The father revealed that his wife had cancer, that they had been living under stress for years. What did the police do? Instead of showing even a trace of humanity, they arrested a child and harassed a family over an anonymous call. Their reactions showed they weren't just bad officers, they were bad people. And if you think they're about to stop now, you'd be wrong.
She's had a couple of mini strokes recently.
Is there something that we should check on her today about because of all?
No, she's already been seen.
Okay, because she was the one who called again. Well,
yes, my wife called because I requested her call because of what Officer Hughes did.
Okay.
I told her to call her attorney because I have an attorney, she has an attorney, our daughter has an attorney, Mr. Aaron Azell, for the existing case.
Okay, so what we can do...
And conveniently, this is before another court hearing on Monday.
Is that involving us, or...?
The December 27th incident that was dismissed without prejudice in February, but now they're trying to force us into services.
Okay.
They brought a separate case for forcing into services using the same stuff from December 27th. They've totally been violating due process and every other Texas state law and family court.
Okay.
But what do you expect for a judge that's only been on the bench for less than a year?
Well, as far as today goes, what we can do, you can file your formal complaint. We can get your information.
Oh, I will. I already got Officer Golden in trouble.
Information.
Was that badge 8900?
And then you can follow up that way, okay? But as far as we will call the caller and see what it is that they were calling for. And do you believe that that was the same person who called us the last time? Because we can check.
I don't know who called for the first time.
And again, we will follow up on that.
While his daughter, a child, was sitting in handcuffs, the police spent half an hour talking about old incidents instead of dealing with the urgent problem right in front of them. If you ever wonder what institutional neglect looked like, this was the perfect example. Why would urgency matter when their ego had taken center stage?
She's still over there in handcuffs.
Mm-hmm. Well, first we're kind of paying attention to you, and we're not even doing what we.
That's how many officers, and one of them can at least take her out of cuffs. She's sitting over there nice and safe. That's how many officers around here. Trust me, look at how big she is. She don't run, she waddles.
Okay.
Okay, she don't move fast.
Okay.
That's part of the reason why I was happy to finally get blessed with that scooter, is to help encourage her to go out here on the trails, getting her to walk about a mile a day and slowly increasing her.
Okay, well, how about this? I will have those female officers talk to her, figure out what's going on. We are going to make a phone call to see who called us and see what the deal with that person was, because they did say it was physical. Okay, so that's why we got here kind of quick.
I kicked at the ground by my daughter because there's a cat that when it was a kitten.
I think I saw that one.
When it was a kitten,
yeah,
we tried to take care of it and protect it from the elements, plus it was a dog park.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Dogs or kitties, okay.
Okay, so you kicked like the ground and...
I kicked the ground next to my daughter.
Okay. Okay, maybe they...
Because she has been told multiple times to leave the cat alone. We took care of it and decided it wanted to get out and get pregnant.
Okay.
And not catch mice that have found their way into our RV.
And bring y'all babies.
The father finally explained what had actually happened. He had been yelling about a car. No attack, no fight, no chaos, just a normal parenting moment that someone had turned into a full policing incident. Instead of resolving it within 2 minutes, they turned into a scene worthy of a documentary about abusing authority. They escalated nothing into everything.
And we're trying to encourage the cat to move on, go find somewhere else to live.
Okay, okay.
But my daughter keeps...
That's what happened was the...
I yelled at my daughter for holding the cat.
Okay, and had we...
And lying to me about it. I mean, literally, I come around, did you just have the cat? Were you just messing with me? No.
Okay.
Okay, corporal punishment. Okay, I didn't have my cane at the time, so balance is an issue.
Okay.
My kick, I'm not trying to be assaultive, officer.
You're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna tap your rank,
okay,
if you don't mind, about how hard my kick was with my toes.
Okay.
Back.
So somebody probably walking by.
Nowhere near even a corporal punishment.
Okay. Okay. So.
And yes, it was a female that looked like she works for an agency.
Were the officers even able to get this conversation out yet?
The police tried to justify their actions with the calls they received, yet couldn't explain what the caller had actually seen. It didn't matter what really happened. All that mattered was that they had an excuse to intervene. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have shown up, but they should have investigated before handcuffing a 12-year-old girl. Their rush to act without facts showed everything.
So, and again, whoever...
And my daughter will tell you, I mean, there's no bruising or anything else. There's
we would have figured that out if we were able to talk to...
But the thing is, it didn't even need to get that far because it was nothing to start with. Just because someone says something, okay, I could drive past your house if I knew where it was. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But public records are a different story.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, and see you yell at your dog, your cat, your kid, your significant other.
And you can call the police.
And say whatever the hell I want.
I saw a man yelling at a woman.
And
here's the address.
And basically swatting at that point.
And police would have showed up.
Yeah.
They would have.
How many?
We always come in twos. I don't know what other departments have, but we always come in two.
But I mean, ultimately.
Yeah.
I mean.
And again, I can tell you just alone today.
In the end, the case wrapped up with the sergeant just taking the complaint and sending the family home with zero consequences for the officers who handcuffed a child for no reason. No one got in trouble, no one got suspended, and all they did was file a report. That won't change anything. Still, the father ended up suing the officers again after this, so let's hope karma actually shows up this time. If you think today's story was wild, just wait. The next video doesn't just cross the line, it erases it completely. You'll see behavior so unbelievable, you'll wonder how it was even real. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.